The circulatory system. What is your pulse rate? To check your pulse, place the tips of your index and middle finger on your wrist. Feel your pulse and count the beats for 15 seconds. Then, multiply that number by 4 to find out how many times your heart beats in 1 minute. Where does this pulse come from? Today, you will name and describe the main parts of the human circulatory system. Describe the role of the heart, blood and blood vessels. The human circulatory system. Function. To transport blood, oxygen and nutrients to the body. Main parts. Has 3 main parts. The heart, blood vessels and blood. The heart. It works as a pump to move the blood around the body. It has 4 chambers. 2 atria, upper chambers, and 2 ventricles, lower chambers. Let's examine how blood flows through the heart. The right atrium takes in blood carrying carbon dioxide. Blood is squeezed down into the right ventricle and taken to the lungs, where oxygen replaces carbon dioxide. Oxygen carrying blood from the lungs enters the left atrium. Blood is pumped into the left ventricle and starts its journey again throughout the body. Lesson check. The heart. Can you explain how blood flows through the heart with a partner, even without the diagram of the heart? Try explaining the process to your peer without referring to your notes. And don't forget to write the precious notes. Okay, let's move on. Blood. It is a special fluid primarily contained within the blood vessels. It has 4 main components: red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets and plasma. Our blood has 4 main components. Red blood cells carry oxygen, nutrients and wastes. Platelets gather at the site of injury and help the clotting process. White blood cells fight diseases and protect the body from infection. Plasma, straw-colored liquid where the other components float in. When someone has a blood test, a small amount of blood is taken and kept in a tube for testing. To closely examine it, blood undergoes component separation. One common method involves spinning it at very high speeds in a centrifuge. Blood vessels. These are tubes or channels that carry blood throughout our body. There are 3 types of blood vessels: veins, arteries and capillaries. Each one differs in size and structure. Let's take a closer look at the 3 types of blood vessels. Artery. It has the thickest wall of all 3, allowing it to withstand the high pressure created by the heart. Capillary. It has the thinnest wall to allow substances such as oxygen and sugars to pass through its wall, into or out of the blood. Vein. It is less muscular and stretchy than an artery, so blood moves through it with low pressure. It also has a special valve that helps blood go only one way. Each type of blood vessel has a unique role in the circulatory system. Artery carries blood away from the heart. Capillary assists in the exchange of substances between the blood and tissues. Vein carries blood back towards the heart. Lesson check. Sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease, SCD, is an inherited blood disorder. People with SCD have red blood cells that become hard and sticky, forming a C-shaped blood cell instead of the healthy disc-shaped one. Considering what you've learned about blood and blood vessels, how does this shape affect blood flow in the circulatory system? Recap. The circulatory system delivers oxygen and nutrients to the body, while also removing wastes. Heart, muscular organ that has 4 chambers, pumps blood around the body. Blood has 4 components: plasma, red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets. Carries oxygen, nutrients and wastes. Blood vessels has 3 types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Serve as channels for the blood. A day in the life of a red blood cell. Write a story as though you are a red blood cell. Some guide questions you can use are: what do you look like? What is your job? Where are you found? Where do you travel from and to?